Okay, be honest with me. Are you a Gen Zer who thinks buying a home before you're 40 is about as realistic as becoming a TikTok millionaire? Well, if you're nodding your head right now, I get it. You're basically playing a game of financial monopoly where everyone else started with Park Place and you got Baltic Avenue and a mortgage from hell. And I know what you're thinking. But JD, the median home costs $422,000. I'll be paying off my student loans until I'm collecting Social Security. Yeah, no, here's the plot twist. According to recent data, Gen Z is only 4% of first-time homebuyers. 4%. That's like showing up to a concert and finding out only 12 people bought tickets. The typical first-time buyer is now 38 years old. That's basically ancient in Gen Z years. But here's the thing, and this is important. There are actually programs and strategies and industry secrets that can fast track your homeowner's HIP journey. And I'm going to show you exactly how to hack this broken system and get your foot in that overpriced doorway before you're eligible for an AARP card. So stick around, because your future self is literally begging you to watch this. Let's get into it. Reason number one, the free money you're ignoring. Here's what kills me. There are thousands of dollars, and I mean up to $100,000 in some places, just sitting there in first-time homebuyer programs. And only a fraction of Gen Z even knows they exist. And most people think you need a 20% down payment to buy a home. So they're sitting there trying to save a little over $84,000 for that median priced home. Meanwhile, Bank of America is literally offering up to $10,000 in down payment grants. Wells Fargo, up to $10,000. Chase, $7,500. The National Homebuyers Fund, up to 5% of your purchase price. No repayment required. It's like that friend who complains about being broke while ignoring the $50 bills falling out of their jacket. And you're not poor, you're just not looking in the right pockets. And get this, FHA loans only require 3.5% down. And that median $422,000 home, you need $14,770, not $84,400. That's the difference between buying a used Honda and buying a Porsche. In some markets like New York City, the Home First program offers up to $100,000. $100,000. And here's where it gets juicy. I have this friend, let's call him Mateo, because that's his actual name. A 28-year-old computer engineer who thought he'd be renting until retirement. He found a state program that gave him $7,500 for his down payment and another $2,500 for closing costs. Combined with an FHA loan, he bought a $340,000 house with only $8,000 out of his own pocket. Here's the plot twist. He was literally 3 weeks away from signing another year-long lease when he discovered this. One conversation with a housing counselor saved him a decade of unnecessary renting. Visit your state housing finance agency website or call HUD at 1-800-569-4287. And I'll actually leave that down in the description too. And every state has different programs. Some offer forgivable loans that disappear after 5 to 10 years if you stay in the home. Others are straight up grants. And here's the kicker. Many programs have higher income limits than you'd think. Just because you make decent money doesn't mean you don't qualify. So drop a comment below. What's the most ridiculous financial rule someone told you that turned out to be completely wrong? And I'll go first. I once believed I needed perfect credit to get a mortgage. Turns out FHA loans accept credit scores as low as 580. And let me know in the comments. Reason number two, the house hacking revolution. Let's talk about how Gen Z is literally rewriting the rule book on homeowners' HIP, and it's brilliant. Traditional advice says, buy a house, live in it, and pay your mortgage and cry every month about your property taxes. Gen Z says, buy a house, rent out the rooms, and let your roommates pay your mortgage. It's called house hacking. And 15% of Gen Z homebuyers are already doing it. And here's a real example. There's a 23-year-old I read about named Samantha Garcia who bought a 3-bedroom house in Redding, California for $335,000. She lives in one room and rents out the other 2. Those roommates pay $1,600 total in rent. Her mortgage, about $2,200 per month. So her actual out-of-pocket housing cost, $600 a month. She's basically living cheaper than when she was renting an apartment in Los Angeles. And get this, After 5 years of this, she'll have saved approximately $60,000 compared to renting. That's 857 Chipotle burritos or a really nice used Tesla, your choice. But here's where it gets interesting. Some Gen Zers are taking it even further with ADUs, accessory dwelling units. That's the fancy term for a tiny house in your backyard. You rent it out for $800 to $1,500 a month, and boom, your mortgage is basically paying itself. Now here's a little plot twist. Banks love house hackers. Why? Because that rental income can actually qualify you for a bigger mortgage. You can show projected rental income, and many lenders will count 75% of it toward your qualifying income. And when you're house hunting, look for properties with basement apartments or extra bedrooms or space to build an ADU. Run the numbers before you buy. Use rental comparison sites like Zillow or apartments.com to see what rooms rent for in that area. And if the math works, congratulations. You just turned homeowners hip from a financial burden into a wealth building machine. Reason number 3, the saving strategy that actually works. Okay, real talk. Every financial expert tells you to just save more. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Let me guess, your next advice is to make more money and stop being poor. Well, here's what actually works. And this comes straight from financial advisors who specialize in Gen Z homebuyers. First, automate everything. I'm not talking about just setting up automatic transfers. I'm talking about the full nuclear option. Use apps like Digit or Capital that round up your purchases and auto save the difference. Buy a $4.50 latte, app saves 50 cents. Doesn't sound like much until you realize that's $15 to $50 per month you didn't even notice leaving your account. The second, and this is critical, use a high yield savings account specifically for your down payment fund, not your regular checking account where it mingles with your emergency pizza fund, a separate account that you cannot easily access. Some banks offer up to 5% APY right now. And on 10 grand, that's $500 a year you're making just by parking your money correctly. But here's where it gets real. Gen Z needs to save approximately $1,000 per month to hit a 5% down payment goal in 18 months for that median priced home. And I know that sounds impossible, but remember, that's before grants and assistance programs. And with a $10,000 grant, you only need to save $11,000 yourself. Now we're talking $600 per month. Still tough, but way more doable. Fast forward to now, there's this strategy financial planners call the 50-30-20, modified for Gen Z. 50% for needs, 30% for wants. But here's the twist, that 20% savings gets split. 15% to retirement and 5% to your home fund. Even if you're only making $55,000 a year, that's $229 per month to your home fund. And in 2 years, you've got $5,500. Add your grants, you're at $15,500. Boom, you just hit your FHA down payment for a $340,000 home. And get this, according to research, Gen Zers who use budgeting apps save 32% more than those who don't. And that's not me making stuff up, that's actual data. And open a high yield savings account this week, like Ally, Marcus, or CIT Bank. Set up automatic transfers the day after your paycheck hits. And start with whatever you can, even $200 a month. Then increase it by $50 every time you get a raise or pay off debt. In 18 to 24 months, you'll be shocked at what you've accumulated. Now on to reason number 4, the location arbitrage game. And here's something most Gen Zers are figuring out that boomers never had to think about. You don't have to buy where you were born. Live in San Francisco, median home, $1.4 million. Living in Pittsburgh, median home, $220,000. Same country, same mortgage rules, $1 million in difference. Remote work changed everything. And according to data, 15% of Gen Z buyers are specifically choosing to move to more affordable cities. They're not settling, they're being smart. Now I have this friend. Okay, well actually I read about this guy, but let's pretend he's my friend, named Dominic. He was living in Southern California, saving for a house and doing the math. And at his savings rate, he'd be able to buy a starter home around age 47. So you know what he did? Moved to Phoenix. Same job, same salary, but now he's a homeowner at 26. Living the dream, right? Actually, yes, because in Phoenix, His mortgage payment is less than his rent was in California. And he's building equity instead of making his landlord rich. And here's the kicker. If he ever wants to move back to California, he can sell his Phoenix house, take that equity, and have a down payment that would have taken him 20 years to save otherwise. And the plot twist, some of the best markets for Gen Z home buyers are places like St. Louis, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, and Salt Lake City. Median home prices under $350,000, growing job markets, low crime, and good schools. And these aren't flyover states. They're financial opportunities. And get this, with remote work, you can often keep your high cost of living salary while moving to a low cost of living area. That San Francisco tech salary in Kansas City, you're basically a millionaire. And if you're committed to homeowners hip and working remotely, spend one weekend researching affordable metros with good job markets. Look at Redfin's affordability index, join city-specific subreddits, and actually visit these places. You might find out that St. Louis has amazing food and great culture and homes you can actually afford. And sometimes the best financial decision is also the best life decision. Okay, number 5, the mindset trap that's keeping you renting. Okay, here's the psychological piece that nobody talks about. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which sounds like a disease, but it's actually worse. It's when you know just about enough of something to be dangerously wrong about it. And it's that guy who reads one article about the housing market being overvalued and now he thinks he's Warren Buffett, deciding to wait for the inevitable crash while paying $2,100 a month in rent. Meanwhile, homes have depreciated another 12%, and the crash he's waiting for never comes. Here's the thing you should be tracking. It's not home prices. Those are always going up. It's not interest rates. Those fluctuate. What matters is, are you building wealth or making someone else wealthy? And every month you rent, that money disappears into the void. And every month you own, you're building equity. Even if your home value stays flat, you're paying down principal. And after 5 years of renting at $2,000 a month, you've spent $120,000 and own exactly nothing. 5 years of homeowners hip at $2,200 a month, you've built approximately $60,000 in equity, assuming 3% appreciation, plus whatever principal you've paid down. And the plot twist, nearly 40% of current homeowners admit they couldn't afford their own home if they tried to buy it today. And think about that. The people who already own homes are telling you they got lucky with timing. The perfect time to buy is always 5 years ago. The second best time is today. See, this is the middle class mindset trap I talk about in my book. Waiting for perfect conditions, overanalyzing, letting fear paralyze you into inaction. And meanwhile, the wealthy understand something simple. You can't time the market perfectly, but you can get started now and adjust along the way. The thing you should be tracking isn't whether now is the perfect time, it's whether you're getting closer to homeowners hip every month or further away. Because I guarantee you, 5 years from now, homes will cost more than they do today. And they always do. All right, enough philosophy. Here's your action plan. Number 1, this week, visit your state housing finance agency website and HUD.gov. Search for every first-time homebuyer program you might qualify for. Make a list. This takes 30 minutes. Do it. And number 2, this month, open a dedicated high-yield savings account for your down payment. Set up automatic transfers starting at whatever you can afford. Even $100 a month is a start. Number 3, within 60 days, take a free homebuyer education course. Most grant programs require this anyway, and you'll learn more in 6 hours than most people learn in 6 years. Many are free online through Fannie Mae or NeighborWorks. And number 4, within 90 days, get pre-approved for an FHA loan. Not pre-qualified, pre-approved. This shows you exactly what you can afford and what you need to fix credit-wise. And most importantly, it makes you a serious buyer. Number 5, start shopping. Work with a real estate agent who specializes in first-time buyers and understands the programs you found in step 1. Tell them your budget. Tell them you're open to house hacking. Tell them about the grants you qualify for. And then number 6, set a calendar reminder. Check your progress every 90 days. Are you closer to your goal? And if not, what needs to change? Remember, your money should be working for you, not against you. And every month you delay is another month of rent money that's gone forever. And your future self is counting on your present self to be smart about this. And look, I get it. The housing market feels rigged against you. And it feels like boomers bought homes for the price of a used car, and now you're expected to come up with 6 figures. It's frustrating. But frustrated and renting doesn't build wealth. Strategic and informed builds wealth. So stop being a person who complains about housing prices on Twitter. Be a person who's actually using the system to your advantage. Okay, that metaphor got away from me a little bit, but you get the point. Just start. Future you will thank you. Current you might need therapy dealing with mortgage applications and home inspections, but that's what your emergency fund is for. If you want to learn more about building wealth in your 20s and 30s, well, check out this video. And if you need help finding the resources I mentioned in this video, I've got links and information in the description. Now stop watching YouTube and go open that savings account. Peace be with you, and may your down payment grow faster than your rent increases.